What's up, everybody? This is SOS Rampages back at you with some independent wrestling review. I feel like I'm saying back at you when we don't do this that often. We trying this out. We expanding our horizons, all different things, all words and stuff and things. It's 4 a.m. over here. We just got done watching a whole bunch of stuff. We're here and we're recording, and we appreciate y'all. SOS Rampage is down there, like I said before. There, hi. Just talk, speak.
Hi, I'm SOS Farm. I do believe this is an indie show. This was our first House of Glory show that we've seen, so it'll be our review of not only the show, but I guess our first impression of the company.
And from going, so I mean, this is something that you have heard about, because I mean, I'm giving you the floor and the shout out to your man that you listen to, all the time. From my understanding, as far as your wrestling content, Mr. Salamonster over there,
Commissioner Salamonster, who would have known?
How did you feel about his announcing? How did you feel from what you had heard him portray on his, podcasts and different platforms? Did it live up to the expectations? Did it kind of differing? Was it how did you feel going off?
It was very professional. Let's just say he leaves his personality in his car before he comes to the building and does his job.
That's fair.
Yeah. But he definitely knows his stuff. Like, he knows the storylines of obviously what's going on, and he knows how to call the moves. So I give him a good 8 out of 10. That gives room for improvement,
I mean, he's no Dr. Hillary P. Jesus Christ, that man's great. I won't lie. Like, I do favorite heel over there.
You got to get that book.
Yeah, that Truth Martini book. But let's get into the action, so we're not here too long as well. Start off with the opening contest. Joe Alonzo from Chicago made sure we knew he was the heel by jawing at every single person in the crowd at all times, which it was kind of great. I caught on to it eventually, and it warmed my heart a little bit at the end. I won't lie. And then Ken Broadway, this puts this out there. Nothing against any of the names in House of Glory, but y'all with the Muhammad Ali nicknames, I'm not going to remember most of them. We will remember some of them, but and they're great. Like, all of them were spot on and funny, and we popped at just about every single one of them. But it's a lot to remember. Now, I wrote down your names just to make sure to give you all respect and stuff like that. But
But they all had at least 3 or 4 nicknames before their actual name being introduced.
Yes. And how do you feel about the match? The opening contest. I mean, man's Ken Broadway won with that money elbow, which I need to see more of at all times. And I don't know why Val Venus never on the money shot threw a couple $1 bills before it would just take 2, just one in each hand, pop. Val flew out.
Val Venus wasn't about the money; he was about the ladies.
But that's fine, just $2 bills, just 2.
Not where he's gonna pull them from his tights.
Yes.
Nah.
I think would have got him that much more over.
Homeboy had to run across the ring and gather his dollars real quick, then climb the rope, and then throw him and drop the elbow. Val Venus didn't have a towel guy either to take my towel and then pass me these ones when I'm on the top rope. It wasn't even Austin's beer thrower. It could have been him though.
I get you, and I mean, this is also a consistent thing throughout the night. Everybody worked hard. There were good matches throughout. I mean, there were, it's an indie show, so there were a couple botches here and there, but it was a good match throughout, as far as, and that goes for most of them throughout the night, all of them. Any other feedback on that?
Nah, good match, good opener.
Moving forward, we had this suicidal 6-way scramble that is apparently a huge thing over there. So it was an interesting concept. I mean, it's like any other scramble match that you would see anywhere else. If I botch any names, I'm sorry. It was a lot to to take in all at once in a 6-way match, as well as I was streaming on Twitch at the same time. So, like, it's a lot to take in. Duran Diaz, I remember he was, I believe, the franchise over there. So, you got the franchise.
Yeah.
J-Rod, J-Rod.
J-Rod, yes.
I mean, she gonna get scooped up by WWE. Apparently trained by Rikishi. I mean, that's
Shawn Michaels is gonna find her very quickly.
Yes. JJ Doze.
Tony Khan is gonna
He had like a mask. He had like a weird mask going on.
Yeah, he's got potential. I think he's still trying to figure out.
No, that was your Hoovy, wasn't it? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brittany Brooks, which, I mean, she could find her way to AEW. She's not bad.
He's gonna get scooped up by Tony Khan.
20, young. Yes, as most. Angel Docs is the last one that got brought out by the dude Hillary P. Yeah.
Wisdom. Hillary P. Wisdom.
Hillary P. Wisdom, and he was the nuevo narcissist. Yeah, he had a man, as you called him, the mirror slave, carrying around his mirror.
Yes,
walking around with him.
Mm-hmm. Like he's arguing with audience members, and the guy's just standing there so he can see his reflection too. I think at one point,
it's just the hearing.
At one point, he was like, "No, show him himself," and then he just walked away while the guy's holding the mirror to the fan.
Not just that, about like, especially I think it was like the first 2 punches you could hear because it was early on in the match. You would get hit. Ow, my face! My face!
Yeah,
and just go to the outside, just like this is great. I kind of loved it, and as well as the ending of Hillary hitting a female with the book and a vicious V trigger into this perfect, apparently the pretty plex, which is like this perfect plex with an Alicia Fox bridge that looks so wonderful. If this man's puts everything together, he's got something with that. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about this? I mean, J-Rod looked great.
I've never seen a 6-person match with 2 women. It seemed like such a video game concept, but it worked.
Yeah. It was, and everybody worked hard. I mean, like you had coined him, Mr. JJ Doze, Mr. Hoovy Jr. would hit amazing moves out of nowhere, and then just what the F? It's just man, it's just slow down a little bit. That's all I have to say.
He's got potential.
Like
he's got
a lot of potential though, and that's the same thing with Hoovy.
He needs the Dr. Hillary P. Wisdom.
Next up, we had the Cruiserweight title match of Gringo Loco, who was also apparently from Chicago, that's where the hometown was, versus the Darren Richardson,
the Amazing Black. Because he was trained by the Amazing Red. Therefore, he is the Amazing Black. And he was the champion going into the match.
Such an odd haircut.
I think he's growing it out. He's in that weird middle school phase where, I don't have the braids yet, but I'm getting there.
And he rocked the Knicks jersey from the Bronx. He tried to get a little bit of heat from the Chicago fans. It definitely worked out.
Oversized Knicks jersey. It's like if I wore one of your jerseys.
Yes. I've said this before, and this comes out in the most respectful way. Gringo Loco is Lucha Road Dogg, and it makes me so happy every time I see him. And it's just, it's a very interesting concept, and it makes me happy. Yes, please, more of that. I know he's all over the independent scene and all over Mexico and different things. So yes, I'm very, very, very into that.
He's also super crazy.
Also a little bit super crazy.
Yeah,
but Darren Richardson retains the title with a little bit of a botch, tried to do a little bit of code red. I kind of wish he would have tried to hit some other move. This goes out there to any other workers out there. Just try to hit something else, like real quick, and we'll accept it. This comes from the wrestling fan perspective, not the wrestler perspective. Y'all do your thing, and if that's, y'all have a finish, you want to go with it, that's your thing. I would just suggest, from the fans' perspective and the consumer perspective, just hit like a quick kick him in the back of the head, say he's knocked out. We would prefer that.
Have a backup move,
Yes.
Nice shining wizard. No one's
or a quick roll up, like roll him up in some sort of cradle or something that makes it look like, just don't pretend like it hit. It makes us feel like we're belittled as well.
Because either they're not going to show the replay or they're going to show the replay and then we're all going to see it again.
Yes. So, find a way out of it, kind of idea.
Yeah. Other than that, great match.
100%.
The Amazing Black retains the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yes. Moving on to another, as you've coined it when you were watching, another black gimmick.
Another black gimmick.
Yes. The main event, a mane spelled like, lion mane, it's the main event versus the Los Suevos, which we also,
that team had a hoovie in it too.
It did, and a cologne, kind of.
Yeah.
But to put into perspective for people that watch, because we watch this on Triller TV, shout out to Triller TV Plus, great for getting indie wrestling from. The fact that you give us the actual replay of, you don't cut down any of the intermissions, any of the before. If things mess up in the middle, I did not know that was Los Suevos until halfway through the match when they said that's Los Suevos. And I could still be wrong on that because it cut out the entire entrance and they just had almost the jobber entrance of they were in the ring and main event was coming out.
Right.
So there's that kind of homey appeal and that kind of indie appeal of oh, y'all are keeping it exactly the way it is. But it's also that I'm sure me and other people wouldn't mind if you cut that out or fixed it too. It's been a couple of days.
No, presented as it was originally broadcasted.
I would imagine that's how ECW was when you watch the tapes. They didn't cut that down or edit it. It was the way it was. Accept it or don't.
They just have Joey Styles talking for 5 minutes and then they finally get back to something.
Yes.
They have Samoa Joe in a poncho. Just waiting for the rain to stop.
This was for the tag team titles. Apparently, also the heart and soul of House of Glory is main event.
Yes, sir.
Which they wrestle really good. I don't know how I feel about the gimmick, but sure, if I want to go with.
So Midas Black, the black gimmick, he's like a ringleader at a circus. And the other guy, what's his name? Is it just Lion?
Is Red Lion or some sort of lion? Okay,
so he's got a mask. It's like a lion mask. And he's like, imagine Otis wearing a El Grande El Lion Condo mask.
Yes.
But I mean, the team works, but I don't know. The circus thing is, they had a good spot where Red Lion jumped through a hoop to the outside of the ring, so he did the suicide dive through it. So that was something.
Careful when you do that, though, because he definitely smacked his leg, and I thought he had hurt himself, because I see that Jeff Hardy moment of smacking that leg on the guardrail is just, it's a little cringy no matter who does it and when they do it.
This isn't ballet, pal.
No, definitely not. And you also gave the huge shout out to the finishing move, that double team, the 3D X Factor is,
the beginning of a 3D like Bubba ends with an X Factor. Yeah, never seen it before. I give it an A++.
Good shit. And then they had their brief intermission, and then they went back, and it was Charles Mason versus Rich Swann. Rich Swann is such an indie gimmick, and it's so much fun, and that's where he performs the best. And The fact that he lost the match and still did the song afterwards, it was so sad after. It was just so
The song had such a different vibe with him.
He had like such a Sandman entrance, like you had called it, like when he was coming out, and it was so through the crowd dancing, and then just by the end.
And then it was a sad Mick Foley maskless. All right, I'll try again next time. Thanks for the support though.
Charles Mason definitely, fun wrestler as far as like we haven't seen him too much. I mean, definitely he moves a little bit like Randy Orton, that slithery kind of. I like that. There's definitely a lot of moves that he kind of has that are very fitting, I could see, and just the gimmick of having that whole get up of all dressed up to start, and then just slowly kind of breaking everything down as the match progresses is kind of a fun.
He looks like he's constantly thinking of how he wants to hurt you next.
Yes. And moving forward, we had, Charles Mason won that match, as you could tell by, us saying that Rich Swann was sadly going to the back at the end. For the women's title that I guess was vacated, it seems like, Indy Hartwell versus Mia Yashimita. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. You're getting over a lot. I mean, you're having a lot of fun matchups with Mercedes Moné and Natty Neidhart and Indy Hartwell.
And she fought Toni Storm.
I mean, she's getting over as far as like she does a really, really good job throughout the match. And same thing with Indy Hartwell, getting Indy's sea legs out from underneath of her, if you will, especially from what they were saying. And I didn't know about this, and maybe, you can correct me / Solid Monster / whoever, said this on commentary of, I didn't realize Indy was straight WWE. I thought she had some sort of independent background. I thought she was, but from what they said, that was WWE trained. That was from the Performance Center. And it's always interesting to see how they kind of take the indies. Some of them really are flourishing, and like they take it as like, oh, this is brand new. This is fun. And,
yeah,
it's fun to see that, because this is kind of the new wave of that. Like, that didn't happen before, of, people trained throughout the Performance Center branching out and not having any sort of background. So it's interesting to see.
I think she's from that Australian who walked through the open door that like the Iconics and Rhea and Buddy opened, and like then they started going over there and having tryouts, and like she was like one of the first people being like, well, I want to try this. Yeah. So I don't think there was like much opportunity over there unless you moved over here before that. So she probably is homegrown from the Performance Center, but it seems like this would be like her second indie run, maybe because her name is Indy.
And I mean, her having the women's belt now is going to be able to have her be able to work these 20, 30-minute matches and kind of get her ready for this new Impact run and the second life that she's going to kind of have to her career and that she's looking to have. So definitely a good match, and, see where we go from here.
Mercedes, stay away from her. Let her have this, all right? You've got enough, all right? Find another one. Let Indy have this one, at least for a little while. I don't want to see you doing that evil laugh that you do.
She just lost one, all right? She needs to get one back.
That's what I'm telling her.
She just had to drop one of the New Japan ones, so she needs one in place.
No. Oh.
Yes. Co-main event. Matt Riddle and Zilla Fatu. Zilla Fatu winning by DQ. I mean, fun work match. Matt Riddle feels so much more right in the independent scene, working the way that he does, giving him time and space to work and have these classics that he's known to have, as well as getting ready Zilla Fatu, which, I mean, obviously Mans is, he's trained by Booker T. His last name's Fatu. It's a matter of time before, they're getting him ready for the big stage, and that's why they put him in there with Riddle. That's why they do these things with these kind of guys, is to kind of test them. And it's almost like WWE's new way that they do the live event scene, where they used to put like a Hardcore Holly with a Randy Orton to kind of test them out. They almost do that on the independent scene now, of like these trusted people that were in the system, these trusted people that worked at least a little bit of the WWE style to kind of test them out and see how they go with them and see how they work to get them into that next level kind of idea. And, good match.
Yeah. I did not know his move was a mix of the Samoan Spike and the Superman Punch.
That's fun. Fun little take. Just stop with the diving headbutt. Don't do that. Ever. Stop it.
I can't.
Stop
It's in my blood.
Stop it. As well as, like, respectfully, and do your thing, bro. But, like, you're not a heel, my guy. Like, I don't. Try it, sure. If that's what you want to do, cool. You're too likable. It's like Rob when Rob tried to do the heel thing. It just doesn't. Nobody wants to hate Rob Van Dam.
You know what
it's the same thing with Matt Riddle. No one wants to hate you, bruh.
You know what he would have to do? He would have to cut his hair and start wearing shoes.
Yeah.
Then he would be unlikable. He could still be like whoa, man, I haven't changed. But like the appearance would be like so shocking to what we're used to. Who is this guy? Matthew Riddle? Come on, guys, don't call me that. It's Matt. Whatever, Matthew. Hey, when'd you grow up, Matt? I didn't grow up. Come on, man. You want to watch some Ninja Turtles? You don't watch that. Go do your taxes, Matt.
You don't watch that.
I don't know. You never know. He's got a little facial hair growing, changing the look up a little bit.
In the main event, speaking of changing the look up a little bit, growing the hair out a little bit, we had Cedric Alexander and, Mike Santana, the champion, winning by roll up. I mean, another one where they were kind of letting Cedric get his sea legs out from underneath of him. His first match out from the WWE umbrella. It definitely is a different working style, different way that he has to kind of be. And, I think he stood up to the test well, but I also think that he has a lot more to showcase. And I think, like I said, this is just the start of it. So
yeah, he's looking swole.
Oh, definitely. He's looking like he might be joining, some people that hurt people.
He looks like he might be suit shopping very soon.
It would be a nice little twist. And I mean, we got Beach Break coming up, and the fact that he's worked this indie show, I believe, shows that he's available to go. It seems like after WWE deals, you can book ahead of time. You can book after your 90-day clause out. But the minute that you're out there, the minute that you do your thing, you're free almost. Like the minute that you touch down somewhere, that's when you are free. So they might have been saving it for Beach Break here to see Bobby give his answer, kind of like I had said on one of our prior videos, to see maybe that's where we're going, of like they lead MJF like it's going to happen, and then Cedric comes in and hurts people for real.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cedric that like real boost if he really jumps MJF and like gets something going with that and has a match, or actual match with them kind of idea.
Maybe he doesn't even sign right away, but maybe he jumps MJF and then comes back down the line.
Yeah,
he might just want to do some indie things for a little while.
Either way, fun show. Any other feedback you got from it?
No.
All right.
Bring in Queen Aminata. Oh, can Mia and Queen Aminata fight each other? Because that way one of them has to win. I just want one of them to win.
That's fair. Picture where are you at? What are you doing?
I am SOS Farm on Twitch, and I am Farm27 on YouTube.
And I am SOS Rampages down here. Come join us in other adventures, other videos, and stuff like that. You'll see on the side over that away. Come through the wrestling journey, through the gaming journey. Come check him on the Farm 27 doing Schedule 1 and the the other fun retro games and different things he's got going on. Check me out on the WWE space. Come join the Discord to catch us out on these watch-alongs and do all of these fun things with us. You can find all that stuff if you find us. With that being said, let's get out of here and we'll check you on the next one. Peace.